All right. Thank you, every one of us. Thank you for staying around. I hope you enjoyed your first class in Python programming. So today is very important because we laid the foundation last week and we're going to build on that foundation. And we're still talking about money. We're going to talk about money, savings, investment, budgeting, and how we can make the best out of the money we have. But before we start, can somebody just tell me? You can unmute your mic and speak. Here we train people to be bold to speak because one of the courses we are taking here is public speaking. All right, Messi. All right, you have something to say. Go ahead, unmute yourself and speak.
Um, I forgot.
Okay, you forgot what you wanted to say.
Yeah.
All right. So what I'm saying is, what did you learn from the last lesson on business and financial literacy? If you're here with us last week, what did you learn? What did you take home? So anybody's free. So feel free. Tell me what you learned. Tell me what you took home. And tell me probably something you have put into practice quickly. Feel free
Um,
to unmute.
we learn about like, the benefits and disadvantages of having two jobs.
Of having two jobs, right?
Yeah.
Can you explain one of the benefits or disadvantages?
Um, one of the benefits is that it's like if you lose one job, you still have something to support your financial needs.
All right. So what you're actually saying is that the benefit of having other sources of income rather
Yeah.
than just depending on one job. Excellent. Yeah,
Yeah.
because anything can happen so we're going to discuss that scenario today in what I call the employment equation. We're going to look at it critically. All right. Any other person? What did you learn from last week? Quickly. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you. And thanks for putting on your camera and speaking up. Thank you. Right. Okay. Messi, go ahead.
I wasn't here last week.
Okay, you were not here last week. Okay. I want somebody who was here last week to just unmute himself or herself and speak and tell us what he or she gained from last week's lesson. If you're not able to speak, you can just type in. Let me see. What did you learn from last week? Oh, okay. Can't right now, sir. My camera doesn't work. Okay, I fully understand. Yeah. Uh, so can somebody else tell me what he or she learned last week? Okay, Joshua additional. Yeah, you can unmute yourself and speak.
We learned the difference between passive income and active income.
Excellent. Thank you. Can you just tell me the difference? Can you explain what is passive, what is active income?
So passive income is is income like when you put money in your bank, the interest will be passive. You don't have to do anything, it will just get into your bank. But if you do, but active income is the opposite, and you're actually working to get money, which is
Oh, so you just have to work every day. Somebody said that when you are earning money, typically like you're earning the money with your sweat, with your blood, with your life. But if you're earning money passive, you can actually be sleeping and your money is working for you. Who would like his or her money to be working for him? Who would like to earn money while he or she is sleeping? Put in the chat. Tell me. If you like to earn money while you're sleeping, tell me in the chat. Tell me. Yeah, I can see. Yeah, it's so sweet. It's so sweet. Thank you, Precious. Whitney. Yeah. So that's what passive income actually does. But that means you have to have put in something. For example, maybe you have bought a house and you have tenants there, they'll pay you money. Maybe you have put up something, you have created something on internet, maybe you have a YouTube channel, or maybe you're selling your books on Amazon or any other product. While you're sleeping, people will be buying your goods and services online. It's a perfect way of making money. And then take note, but because of where we are, the information age, the ICT age, it makes it easy to earn money that way. Let me say, like 30 years ago, it wasn't that easy to earn money passively on the internet. Quite difficult because, yeah, internet was not what it is today. All right, thank you very much. I'm happy that you picked something from last week's lesson. And so we're going to continue from that. So last week, we also touched on money, why we need money, what we use money for, and the different uses of money. You use money for expenditure to meet our needs, and then you invest the money. You can also share the money with the less privileged. Yeah. So you save, you invest, you spend for your living expenses, your food, your clothing, education, housing, and then you can also share money with others. All right. So I want us to understand, and this is very important. You just have to take note of today's lesson because I'm fully charged, and the things we're going to share are things that will help you to lay a solid foundation of your financial empire. So one thing here is that you have to sell something for you to make money. If you don't sell anything, you'll be broke, you'll be poor and miserable. And none of us here should be poor because God has created us to go and be fruitful. That's it. So the plan of God is for us to multiply, to be wealthy, to be rich. But if you don't sell something, you'll be poor. And so, what are the things that you can sell to make money? So, I put three here on the screen as you can see. So, you can sell your skills, you can sell services, and then you can also sell products. So, for example, if you have trained yourself as a medical doctor, you can actually sell that your skill, that experience to a hospital, and they will employ you. So, you'll be providing medical services to the hospital. Like in the UK here, we have so many doctors working for the NHS. We have so many nurses. We have other professionals working in the healthcare sector. Of course, we have many other areas in the private sector, in the civil service. So people are actually selling their skills. That means for you to be able to have a marketable skill, when I say marketable skill that people are ready to pay you for, you have to have gone through some training. So you've gone to school, you are trained to be an accountant, you're trained to be an engineer, you're trained to be a marketer, a medical doctor, a nurse. So necessary training must be done for you to be able to have marketable and professional skill. You can also sell your service on your own. So nobody's employing you, you employ yourself, you provide services. So you see professionals, people that are coming to build your house, coming to fix your house, where people who are consulting, they are business people, want to set up business, they can help you. I mean, somebody like myself, I can coach you if you run a small business, how to grow your business, how to increase your sales. I provide that kind of service also. Then you can also sell products. I'm sure you can see all kinds of products. The laptop we're using, we bought it, the screen, the shoes, the phones, almost everything you can look around in your house. So if you look around your house, you're going to see a lot of products. I mean, you go to big market, Amazon, you buy almost anything you want. So people are selling and they are making money. So you need to be able to think, what am I going to do when I grow up? What am I going to do to be able to make money? So let me see in the chat. What will you do to make money? Let me just put in the chat. Even now, as young people, what can you do to make money at your own level? Yes. And even when you grow up, what are kind of skills you're going to sell? What kind of service you're going to sell? What kind of product you're going to sell to make money? Tell me now. Let me see in the chat. Let me see in the chat. What are you going to sell? Remember, if you don't sell anything, you'll be poor and miserable. And you should not be poor. because there is abundance. Oh, somebody say you're going to sell forex. Oh my God, man, I'm not going to touch forex. Forex is very risky. I cannot touch it. Somebody say you play football. Okay, so you're going to provide service as a footballer to Manchester United,
Chelsea.
Chelsea, Arsenal. Okay, Joshua, you
Liverpool.
sell lemonade. Okay, Precious says she will sell artwork, sell things in school, or you could be an influencer and earn money that way. Yeah, so we have a lot of influencer on internet. So, for example, there are people that have a lot of followers on internet. Sit. So for you to advertise on their channel, you're going to pay a lot of money. So let me test and check how well we know influencers in on the internet. Who is the person that has the highest number of followers on YouTube, for example, in the whole world? Let me see.
Mr. Beast.
Mr. Who?
Mr.
Mr.
Beast.
Beast. Wow, it's like all of us know Mr. Beast. So how many followers does he have? Tell me.
It's a
Loads.
pattern.
How many followers does Mr. Beast earn on YouTube?
I think it's like 364 million as well.
No.
More than 600K.
Somebody
He
said
has
354 million. Wow.
that's true.
354 million followers on internet. And I don't know, but it should be in millions of dollars. How much do you think he makes every month from YouTube?
Um,
1000K.
Somebody say 100 million. I don't know. Millions. I don't know. All right. So you can see that there are people that are making money passively on the internet by selling their service. So it just create content and it's there. And if you want to go and advertise on their channel, you're going to pay a lot. So those are the things that people actually do to earn money. So like I've said, you either sell your skill, your time, or you sell your service, or you sell your product. All right, there's something I want to show us, which I came up with not too long. I can tell you people it's not too long. I got this framed up all together. So what I call here, if I believe you are seeing my screen, is what I call actually employment equation. Pay attention very well because I'm going to drop something very important here. So for you to earn money as an employee is somebody who sells his or her service to an employer, and either they pay him daily, weekly, or monthly, or at any point in time he agrees with his employer. So you need a combination of four things to earn that money. You need your skill, which we've already discussed. You need time. So typically, let's assume you're working for the NHS as a nurse or as a doctor. Depending on your shift, you may put in 8 hours or 10 hours or 12 hours as the case may be. So you really
3
need to,
hours.
pardon,
3 hours.
3 hours?
Yes.
No employer will take 3 hours except, I don't know, maybe it's not full-time employment. So I'm talking about full-time employment.
6
So
hours.
typically it's 8 hours you have to put in a day out of the 24 hours you go to work. So depending on your agreement with the employer, most employers will want you to be physically there. And again, depending on your work, if you're a doctor, you have to be there in the hospital. So you have to physically go there and put in that 8 hours. And you will need a customer, somebody that will pay you for your service, for your skill. So assuming the person is working for NHS, who is the customer in this case?
Um, the shopper.
The patient.
No. So because the patient is actually paying, assuming you pay, in some countries you pay, so you're paying the money to the hospital, but it's the hospital that employs the doctor or the nurse. So in this case, the nurse or the doctor is selling his service to the hospital. So the hospital now is his own customer, the person that will pay him salary. Do you understand? So just like you're buying something on Amazon, right? You have to pay money to Amazon. You are the customer to Amazon. So in this case, the hospital is the customer to the doctor because it is the customer that will pay the owner of the service. Am I making sense here? Sam, you have your hands raised up, yeah?
So my question is, if if um if we want to, if someone wants to buy something from us on Amazon, do we go to the do we go and meet Amazon and give it to them to package?
Yeah, so if you are selling something on Amazon, maybe you are selling shoes, you have to arrange to send your shoe to their own store, yeah. So you have Amazon store warehouse. So you will send those goods to Amazon warehouse, and when somebody places order on Amazon, Amazon will send it. So it's Amazon that delivers to the people. But there are many sellers on Amazon. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. So back to this employment equation. So you need to have your skill that you're going to sell. You need time, and then you need somebody that will pay you. In this case, the hospital that will pay you, and then you will now agree the rates. You agree the rate that they will pay you, and that will give you income. All right. Joshua Additional, you have a question?
Oh, that was an accident, sorry.
Okay, it's an accident. Okay, so, but if you look at these things, there are a lot of issues here. There are a lot of constraints. Can somebody tell me what is the constraint here that will not allow this employee to make so much money? What are the constraints? I need people. So let's share idea here. So what are the constraints? What are the constraints? What are the issues? So you need the skill, you need the time, you need the customer, and you need the rate. Can somebody share with me? Can you unmute? Okay, Whitney, you have your hand raised.
I think the constraint is the hospital will try to take more money from you.
Okay, so you mean, yeah, so if I understand you, yes, because the hospital can only pay you a certain amount of money, right? In terms of your salary. It is
Oh,
what the hospital pays you that you will take home.
I think it's time.
Oh, who said that? Who said the time?
Mm.
Sam, right?
No, Joshua.
Joshua, can you explain the time again? Tell me.
Because you only get like 8 hours.
Yeah. So time is the greatest constraint to an employee in making money because you can only put it, even if, I mean, you have 8 hours, let's assume that you have another employment. How many hours are you going to be able to put in? So time is one of the biggest constraint to an employee in making money. Yeah, that's it. The biggest constraint. Yeah. And so somebody has his hand, and Sam, is it the same hand, or Rebecca, you want to say something? Go ahead.
I was going to say one of the constraint is uh, I forgot what I was gonna say now.
Okay, so just gather your thoughts and then you. So what we're saying, what is that thing that will not allow this employee to make so much money? So that's the constraint I'm talking about. And somebody have talked about time. So because he only has 24 hours in a day and he still need at least 8 hours to sleep, another 8 hours to take care of the family and every other thing. So it's already constrained. Cannot work more than that. Okay, Rebecca, you're back now.
I'm gonna say like tax, like you like some people say like 20% of the salary goes to the government.
Yeah, so tax is another constraint. Thanks. I didn't even put in that here because he's not going to take home 100% of what he or she earns because government will take, depending on how much you earn. If you earn in the UK, for example, if your salary is up to £52,000 in a year, government would take 20%. But any money on top of the 52,000, you start paying 40%. So that means government will take 40% of whatever you earn. All right. So thank you so much. So we're looking at the constraint here. The skill, yeah, there's a limit to what you can know. And of course, you only have 24 hours in a day. And the customer, you only have one employer, one customer. So let's say maybe you can do 2 jobs, yeah, max. And of course, there is a limit to what you can be paid. So in all, the income that employee earns is highly limited. Is limited. But that is different from maybe somebody that runs his or her own business, somebody that creates, writes a book and put on the internet. So we're going to go quickly now into a breakout room to discuss this because this is very critical. And we're going to work in our group to discuss what this employee can do to improve and remove this constraint and then improve his own financial position, for our own financial position. What should and what can this employee do to have financial freedom, have financial independence, and earn more money? That's what we're going to be discussing in our groups. Does that make sense? So
Yes.
let's say we're going to go into breakout rooms. I'm going to create 4 rooms. Please join. And when you join quickly, there are 2 or 3 things you do. Introduce yourselves, put on your camera there, and feel free to speak up. I don't want people that are just there, they are not saying anything, they are not contributing. And then you will appoint somebody that will come and speak to us, share what you have discussed in your group. Your assignment is just to think of, we have seen the constraint, the challenges employees face. The question is, what can this employee do to earn more money, to remove this constraint? All right, so we'll just create 4 groups and we'll assign ourselves automatically. Take note of your group members because if time permits, we'll still have another time to connect. Time is running out now. So let's just discuss this one. But take note of your group members. We have 5 minutes to discuss and then come back. 5 minutes to discuss. So you have to be snappy. All the rooms are open now. All the rooms are open now. Please join your rooms immediately.
Marvelous, why are you still here? Can you join your breakout room? I'm Precious. Why are you still here? Join your breakout room. Okay, Marvelous. Marvelous, join your breakout room now. You have less than 5 minutes to do the discussion.
Joshua, why are you here? Did you leave your room?
Which room am I supposed to be in?
You were in room 1.
Okay.
Hello, Whitney. What are you doing here? You're not supposed to be in your breakout room. Whitney, can you hear me? Whitney, go back to your breakout room, please.
So let me hear from us now as we close the groups.
They are not
We're
back.
closing all. I'm closing the groups now. I'm closing the rooms. They have 60 seconds to come back. All right, so they will soon be back. Okay, everybody, welcome back. Welcome back. I believe you had some good time to discuss in your groups. All right, so who wants to go ahead to share with us? So let me hear from group one quickly. Group one. I know some people that were in group one. Let me check. Ayo was in group four. Okay, group one, can you go ahead, Presudom? You're in group four, and please put on your camera and speak. Feel free, feel bold, feel enabled. Who is speaking for group one? Quickly.
Me.
All right, go ahead, Joshua.
Okay, so an employee can get more money by saving a percentage of the annual income. So like they could save 10% and then they will receive passive income from it. Or they could do a new skill by doing a course which could lead to like getting a job with more money.
All right, I like that. I mean, the way we are thinking, that means we are really innovators, we are creators, we are creative people. You say that, and that is going to lead us smoothly into the introduction of what we're going to talk about today, savings and investment. Because you cannot just consume, spend all the money you're earning. You need to save part, and then from that savings, you actually then invest. We're going to talk about the difference between savings and investment. Excellent contribution, Joshua. Thank you. Group two, quickly. Who is speaking for group two? I didn't join group two. I was in group one and in group four. So let me hear from group two what was going on there. Who and who was in group two? Can you just unmute and speak?
Um, we think that the person could like, since they already have a job, they could actually like sell some of the
We're
things.
not hearing you clearly, Precious. Can you just uh maybe increase the volume of your mic? Go ahead. Go ahead. What can the
Can you
person
hear
do to
me?
earn more money? Yes.
So I said that we said that they could like sell some of the things they don't use, and the money they get from that, they could put it in an investment that doubles them. And over the years, if they've gotten better, they can actually get a new job and use the money that they got from the investment to like buy a house.
All right. So you are not very clear, but I heard you say okay, the person can save money, buy a house. The person can invest the money, can get additional skill. Excellent. Thank you so very much. Quickly, our time is running out. Let's hear from group three. Who was there?
Okay,
Yeah,
so
FMA, go ahead.
yeah, we talked about um the person like having another source of income. Like for example, a physiotherapist, like they do things related to injuries and how someone can recover using exercise. So with someone with that kind of knowledge, they can become like a sports coach like during the weekends, or they can like run courses for those who are planning to like become a physiotherapist, that kind of thing. So you can also use your knowledge to help others in the process like earning money, or you can just use some of your money and invest, that kind of thing. It's mostly
All
about
right.
like having other extra means of income. So
All right. So you can increase your skill, you can teach other people. Do you know that, like a physiotherapy, there are a lot of people that have physio issues, especially as people grow older. Yeah, they need a lot of support. So the person can actually put out a course about how to take care of your knee, your joint pains, right? On the internet. And then before you know it, people will buy the course. I mean, you can sit down and record yourself, just like we're in this class now. So you can record and put it out there. People will buy the course. I mean, the person can be organizing online seminar. You can put out content about taking care of your legs, the joint, the physio, and then on YouTube, before you know it, you start having followers. And that means as you're sleeping, you'll be making your money. And take note, because a time is going to come, we will not be strong enough to go out every day to hustle, if I use that word, to make money. So we have to start planning now how we will be earning money passively, right? Does that make sense, FMA? Thank you so much for your contribution. Let me hear from group four
okay.
quickly. Group four, one who
Uh,
was there.
I will speak.
Okay.
We talked to remove strain that you should find a side hustle like painting and getting an extra job and like developing apps and like you can develop an app or can sell small products to earn a bit of extra money.
All right. Yes. Thank you so very much. So you can do all those things. Can develop an app. I mean, when you look at your phone, look at all those apps that you're using almost on a daily basis. They are they are making money from it. People developed it. All right. So thanks so very much for the time invested. I hope you're able to connect with your friends, you introduce yourself, and then you contributed in the discussion. You were not just passive. All right. So based on what we have shared in our group, and somebody talk about investment, almost all the group they have talked about saving money to invest, saving money to invest. You know, it is one thing for you to earn money and a different thing altogether to spend that money well or to invest it well. And that's why financial literacy is very important, because if you don't know how to invest that money well, you can actually lose everything. I know people that earned a lot of money and then they lost it. So I was reading in the news, was it like one month ago, one Nigerian content creator and actor, say popular one. I mean, I can mention his name because it was in the media. His name is Mark Angel. He said that he lost over $3 million to forex trading. So that means he earned that money, invested it to trade forex, and he lost it. You know, like when we're talking here, somebody said, you go into forex to make more money. But forex trading is unpredictable, it's risky, it's volatile, because it means, okay, you are buying pounds thinking that it will increase in value against maybe US dollar. And there are a lot of factors that compete and or control macroeconomic dynamics in the whole world. So those things are very risky. So the point I'm trying to make is that when you earn money, you need to be smart. And that's why we're in this course to be financially smart, to be able to take the right financial decision. Poor financial decisions have ruined so many lives. Many people have died. People have had heart attack because of poor investment. You know, many marriages have collapsed because the husband and wife, they are struggling on how to manage money. I mean, there are all kinds of stories. There's no time for me to tell you all the stories. People I know that have had issue in managing money. So why is financial literacy important? We've said for real life impact, you know, because if you don't know how to earn money, how to manage, you will struggle to survive. And God did not create us to survive. God created us to have abundance, to have everything we need. That's the plan of God. And so you being in this course now, you are highly privileged. And that's why you have to take everything we are learning here seriously so that you'll be able to know the choices you're going to make, especially as it relates to money. So that by the time you start earning money, maybe you have gotten a job, like we have said, you won't just spend everything that comes into your bank account every month. You just spend it. You are eating out. You are traveling. You are buying expensive cars. You're buying branded clothes. You're buying the latest iPhone. You're eating in the best restaurant. Today you're going to this cinema everywhere, and you're not saving. And then something tragic happens. You lose your job. What happens? You didn't save. You didn't invest. It's terrible. I pray nothing like that happens to anyone here. All right. So, like I said, many adults, they struggle because they don't know how to manage money. They spend based on impulse. They just go to the supermarket anywhere they see, they buy. And even on the internet, I'm sure you have seen a lot of people, companies telling you, okay, we're selling this today. This one is on sale. We're going to give you this credit. You can buy today and pay later. Before you know it, people are accumulating debts that they struggle to pay. So it is important that we have financial knowledge very early in life. All right. So we are talking about budgeting and managing your expenses. Uh, we are still young people here. So for many of us, our parents are taking care of us. And I want to thank your parents. Despite all the challenges managing our expenses at home, housing, clothing, food, they still enrolled us in this course. So you have to really thank them for spending that money to give you this financial education. It's very important. It's equally as important as we going to school to learn English, math, and physics. So this financial literacy is very important in life, because if you begin to have money problem, it's going to affect every area of your life. You know, like I've told you, I've seen people that had money problem. In fact, I know people that their wife or their husband have left them because they had financial problems. That means your children may not be able to go to the best school. You may not be able to drive a good car. You may not be able to go and take care of yourself in the hospital. So having the right financial education is important. So when we say budget and managing expenses, what does it actually mean? So we say budget is a plan for how you're going to spend your money wisely. Simple. Budget. You need to have budget. And what do we mean by budget? That means you're going to track how much income, how much money is coming in, and then how much are your expenses. You need to know this. You know, some people just collect money and they start spending on frivolities, and before you know it, the real needs come. They cannot take care, and they run around to put. I mean, in the UK, who is going to lend you money? And that's why some people will be pushed to spending money from their credit cards. And you know that any money you spend beyond your limit, the banks will charge you a higher interest. So you need to know your income, you need to know your expenses, and you make sure you live within your means. Don't spend beyond your income is very important. All right. Let's see what we can do. So spending tips. First, you save your money. And then you also compare prices. So for example, if I want to buy phone, I actually check. You go to Amazon, you check. You go to other shops to check. You go to the physical shop to check, so that you get the best value for your money, because it's not easy to earn money. It's not easy. I'm sure for those of us here, we see how our parents, they go out in the morning, come back in the evening, or even if they are working from home or they're doing their private business, they're trying to get customers. It is not easy to make money. But with the right financial education, you will be able to know how to use this money well to create more wealth. In fact, the main focus that we should have, as soon as any pound drops, any naira drops in our hand, we should think of investing that money. We should think of saving that money. That should be the first thinking, not just to spend and spend. You're buying chocolate, you're buying soft drink, you're watching Netflix, you're doing this. Think of how you're going to save for the rainy day. So you save the money, compare prices. Maybe there are some things that are on sale. Look around, and then you also invest in yourself. That's why, like I said, your parents are, they're investing in your life now. They're investing in your future by enrolling you in this course. So learn. There are a lot of free resources online that you can learn. So instead of spending all your time on video games, playing around, you can go to some useful sites, can go to some YouTube channels to learn about money, learn about investment, learn about Python, learn about programming, learn about video editing. There are a lot of things you can learn to empower yourself. Take note, learning does not stop in the school or in the classroom. There are a lot of books to read. In fact, I'm going to recommend two books right away. Two books right away now. So let me type it here that we should start reading. Number one is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So that's one book we're going to be reading. Number two, you're going to be reading The Richest Man in Babylon. So once in a while, we'll review these books because it teaches us a lot about finance. So tell your parents to buy these two books for you, and we will be making reference to the content of this book. So we're talking about investing in yourself. Buy books, be a reader. According to Warren Buffett, he says that the more you learn, the more you earn, because information is key, especially in the world that we are living in. You know how much people earn by just selling information, selling their content. Many of us here, you have bought books before, you have attended seminar. That's people selling their knowledge. So invest in yourself. So this, again, I'm sure many of us are familiar with this. So in terms of budgeting, you need to be able to distinguish between needs and wants. So this is primary uh needs versus wants. Because some people just spend a lot of money on wants and they forget about their basic needs. So this is pretty straightforward. I'm sure you're already familiar with this. So I'm not going to spend so much time talking about needs and wants. What we're saying is that while you're doing your budgeting, you need to prioritize your needs over wants. You can see the picture there. You see ice cream. I think that is PS4 remote control. A lot, but again, you see the needs: clothing, food, housing, water. That's it. All right. So how you need to develop the habit of saving? We're told that a penny saved is a penny earned. a penny saved is a penny earned. So you need that discipline. And then you need to also learn how to delay gratification. So you want something today, you need that phone. No, but why not just wait a bit? Wait. It's not everything that you want that you just get it now. So just delay gratification. Some of the things you will get it later, but why not prioritize saving and investing your money rather than just spending? All right. So we're saying save your money in the bank or investment house that pays interest. We're going to talk about quickly the difference between savings and investment. We have 8 minutes of our time, but let's see. All right. So let's talk about savings and investment. We say that saving is setting money aside for future needs or like emergency. Just you're just putting the money. So for example, you're putting your money in the bank. They pay you very little amount of interest, maybe like 3%, some not even up to 3%. But if you are investing that money, you want that money to grow faster than just leaving it in the bank. So for example, you want to buy shares, you buy businesses, maybe mutual fund, your money market. So we'll talk about different classes of asset that you can actually invest your money in our next class. So what we're saying, just keeping your money in the bank, that money will lose value because of inflation over time. That money will lose value because of inflation over time. So it is very important that you learn how to save money and invest. That reminds me to just share a quick story. So where I was working before, there are people that they will borrow money to buy expensive cars. They will borrow money to go on expensive holidays. They enroll their children the most expensive schools. They wear most expensive dresses, everything, maybe just to show off or for whatever reason. And they will go to cooperative. So cooperative is like a saving scheme where you can invest money. You can also borrow money. So they will borrow money from that. And so at the point the company had to reduce the number of staff, they now asked some people to leave. And by the time they had, when they asked them to go, some of them, after deducting, I know a particular person, after deducting all the loans that they have collected, they were left with negative. In other words, they were actually owing the company. You see, so that is a product, a result of poor financial management. So even as young people, any money that comes into your hand, listen to me very well now. The first thing that you think of is saving that money and investing that money. Not ice cream, not chocolate, not drink, you know, not buying games on internet. Because those money, when you just spend, the money does not grow. Think of growing your money. You know that at this, maybe if you save your money up to 7 years at uh like about 10% interest, that money will double. Will double. So think about that. You want to multiply your money. That's how people get rich. You don't get rich by just spending. You get rich by saving and investment. Does that make sense? All right. So let me just check that we're still together, that you have not left me. Let me check that you're still with me. All right. So let me ask you, why do people not save and invest their monies? Let me hear. Why? Why do people just Choma Oriako, you're saying something? Why do people end up poor even after they have earned money, maybe through employment or anything? You can unmute your mic and speak. Yeah, Rebecca.
Because lots of people, they don't know how to invest and save well. Most of the people, when they get a paycheck, they just start spending it thinking that it'll be okay, but they have the money, they can spend it, but they don't think about future problems and think about how it can affect if they lose a job or they have an emergency or if something happens.
Thank you so very much. So they're not thinking about the future. That's it. So they just live by the day that the money will keep on coming. But unfortunately, money doesn't keep coming like that forever. Yeah. All right. Ayo, you want to say something? Why do people not invest their money? Why do people get being poor even after they have earned money, maybe through employment or anything? I told you the story of the young man that lost over $3 million. Yeah. Who wants to share? I think we have mentioned some of these things in the course of our discussion. All right. Yeah. Choma, you want to speak? Go ahead.
I think is that normally when I forgot just
Okay, okay. Just gather your thoughts. So the question is, why do people not invest? Why do people end up being poor even after they have earned money? Why are people not saving their money? Why do they keep on spending and not planning for tomorrow? That's the question. Yeah, Fife, go ahead.
They could spend it without thinking about anything, and they could have a sibling that really needs help, but they just spend it not thinking about them.
All right, so they just spend without thinking, as it comes, they just spend. Yeah. All right. I saw a hand there. Mike and Max Omefe. Can you say something? Yes, let me hear from you.
Some people they have delayed gratification.
So they cannot delay their gratification. They just anything they see they want to buy, right? That's what you mean, right? They just see everything, go to the shop, they on internet, they want to buy, 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 buy. They cannot control themselves. They buy on impulse, which is not good. All right, thank you very much. So it means that we're together. So want to wrap up, uh now. What did I do to my screen? I guess confirm you can still see my screen. I'm not seeing my screen again.
Yes.
You can see your screen.
All right. Fortunately, I'm not seeing mine. All right. So we're talking about savings and investment, that we need to save a portion of what we earn. Our time is going now. So I'm going to give us a homework. We wanted to do it here. So assume that the month just ended, where today is 1st of February, that your disposable income, you're a salary earner, and then the money in the bank is £2,000. And then you have two children with your spouse. I want you to draw up a budget, and then you have a credit card of £500. Draw up a budget. How do you want to spend that money? How do you want to allocate it? So you can do it. Drop your thoughts or your answer in the Google Classroom on the business and financial literacy. And then in our next class, we'll discuss it. So the homework is that you earn £2,000 at the end of the month as a family man or woman with two children. How do you want to budget for the necessities with that amount of money? By the way, you also have a 500 credit you can spend on. So tell us, how do you plan to budget and stay within your means? All right. So before we go, let me check any question. Do you have any question? Choma has a question. Yeah, go ahead.
um that I that I don't have a Google Classroom account.
Okay, you don't have a Google Classroom. Okay, you just joined. So I'm going to post it here. I posted it before, but that was if you check. Okay, let me post it again. But I posted it earlier today. I don't know what is happening to my. I'm trying to escape. But if I can't send it again, they actually posted it here today. But that was earlier. Okay, it was in the other class. Okay, yeah, I found it. So I'll copy it here. I'll post it again. So just click that link and join, because we'll be sharing materials in there. Okay, so I posted again. So just click and join, click and join. I will also, if you have any issue, let me know through your mom. Then I'll send the link to her again so that you can click and join. Yeah, any other question, any contribution, any suggestion? Yeah, by the way, so let me also check. Did you enjoy the class? Did you learn something that, oh, this was great? This was one great lesson I've taken home from this class. Let me hear quickly. In the next 2 minutes, we're going to be out of here. Yes, tell me, what one thing did you take from this class today? Otherwise, I will start calling some people. If you have not spoken today, let me see. Sindara, what have you learned today? Marvelous. Did you learn anything? Kalisa, Israel, did you learn something? Okay, needs over one. Thank you. Just, yeah, you say yes, yes, but can you just tell me one thing you learned before we go? One thing you're going to put into practice. One thing you can even share with your parents to properly save money and not just spend. Oh, thank you, Israel. I like that. Okay. Choma Oriaku. I guess that's your mom's name. But yeah, your hand is up. You can unmute and speak. Go ahead.
I
Investment.
want I want to like get 1,000 pounds before the end of the month.
I like that. I like that. You mean now or this month or when? What do you want? What time do you want to get that money?
At the end of this month.
At the end of this month. Okay. Do you have any financial plan? Let me hear. What do you want to do to earn that money? Share with us if you want.
I'm gonna like try like to sell some things, buy something so that I could sell for higher money.
I like that. I like that. And talk of any money. Do you know that all of us here we can earn £1,000? So, for example, if you invite one person to this innovation academy camp, which is a lot of value you're getting, you're learning so much here, we will give you a bonus of £50. So you bring two people, you're already earning £100. You bring 10 persons, you're earning £500. You bring 20 persons, you're earning £1,000. So you can actually earn £1,000. That's it. By just referring people to join this program. That's it. So it's not impossible. Fife, you have your hands raised up.
Sell fruit by the end of the month.
You sorry, I didn't quite hear you.
I want to sell fruit cups by the end of the month.
You want to save how much?
£50.
£50. All right, that's good. So the little money you're giving, you save it, and then you can give it to your mother to invest it in the bank or other instrument. We're going to discuss with the kind of investment you can actually make and the kind of returns or profit or dividend or interest you will be getting. I want to sell some fruits cut before the end of the month. We should start saving rather than spending it all on stuff we don't need. Just buy a lot of things you don't need in the house. Some clothes that you don't even need to wear, some shoes, because you just see other people buy, you want to buy, 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 buy. No. So our mantra now should be save, 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 invest, invest, invest. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Oriaku confirmed that you have joined all the 4 Google Classrooms. All right. So it's been an amazing time staying with you people and learning and sharing together. So 2 things you will do for me: invite your friends to join this program, and make sure on Saturday you're joining on time. Don't forget your homework. We're going to post it on Google Classroom. The homework is for you to think how you're going to draw up a family budget with £2,000. Assume that you have 2 children and your partner, and then you have a credit card of 500 which you can spend on. How are you going to manage to pay your rent, to be able to buy gas, electricity, food, transportation, everything, maintain your car insurance? Draw up that budget. Let's see how it looks like. Drop it in the Google Classroom, and then next week we'll review it. Thank you so very much. Hope to see you next week here right on time. If you have any question, please drop it in the Google Classroom. If you want to make any contribution, any post, feel free to share. We are here to develop ourselves. Thank you so very much. God bless you. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right.
Bye.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Let's go back to our music and see what we have there. We are unstoppable.
How do you leave?